brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardie siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
What part of Canada did you go?
808 on the nose.
Okay.
Maybe you should put in your, ear monitors, Ken.
I didn't realize how hilly it is. Like,
Hey, these mics are open.
Yes, they are.
They are. Oh.
Thanks for the warning, Pete.
I put you on screen.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's a big,
Well,
that's
there's
not
a
a
big
really
clock
fair
over
warning.
there.
I put you on screen. That then means the mics are going to be open.
All right,
We're
well,
not paying attention.
well,
to the screen.
Hope went to Old Quebec if you missed that. So
Yeah,
she was
somebody
talking
I saw the
about
pictures.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
said it was
let's-
hilly.
Very. I had no idea it was going to be as steep as San Francisco, which is beautiful. I've been there, by the way.
Me too.
But no idea. So we start walking towards like the water, and we're going down like hundreds of steps, and I'm thinking to myself, we have to go back hundreds of steps.
Yeah.
And
the
then we
return
get-
voyage is never.
Then we get to the top, and we see that there's some sort of like people mover elevator thing, and I'm like, what? Why didn't we see that before?
Were they working though?
There was like a huge line, but I had decided I was going to just use my Westfield Bank debit card the whole time and not exchange any actual money. So I didn't even have the coins to use this elevator thing.
Was it an elevator thing or a funicular, which is kind of cool?
Oh, I don't know.
Always have some cash.
Yes,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. A funicular is kind of a cool thing. It's kind of a trolley car on a track that goes up a hill.
They have that at Niagara Falls.
Oh, yeah, maybe it
Yeah.
was.
Slowly
then
I
perhaps it
turn.
was that. But I called it the human elevator thing because you just
okay.
like stood on it and went.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
we
this-
did not. We did the steps. I got so many steps in that weekend.
That was
nice.
your goal. You
And
went
I
to
came home with a
Connect
cold.
to,
Yes.
You went to Quebec to get
Lots of
in.
steps. No, it was
Yes.
beautiful. I said to my kids, "This is the closest I can bring you to Paris. Children, enjoy."
Well, Marion's going to Paris.
Oh,
and,
nice.
And she's going in just a few weeks. And I don't know if you've ever seen the show Emily in Paris.
Yes, I just binged the latest
the
episodes.
latest, and
yes.
as did we. And I go, see, now you know what you need to go out and buy for new wardrobe to go to
Yeah.
Paris
Oh
with,
goodness, yeah.
you know.
Those ensembles would not really work in Westfield.
No. But anyway, she looked at them, goes, oh, they're very pretty. No, they won't look good on me. So
That's funny.
so you got to be 20-something to make that work.
And not living in Westfield.
And well,
very-
maybe we need to color, make downtown more colorful.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'd like to see her do that.
All right. Well, her. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
was
if
trying to
you'd
get
like
everybody.
to. Oh, okay.
I could
This is
do
as
it.
colorful as I get. I went on topic today.
That's pretty
so
colorful.
It is. I tried to go with a theme, sort of.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
That would have been a good
kind of
idea.
are.
So Ken, who's here today?
He's still.
Ken's
I'm
doing
still trying to
texting.
determine what an audio issue is for me over here.
Yeah, I'm having things in my.
Are you
yeah.
getting it too?
Same.
Yes.
I heard you plug
it's
in.
It's a blurry, like a. Yeah,
Mine's going in and out.
in and
There
out.
it goes. The
Oh.
input is it.
Check the P47 valve too.
I sound fine in here.
Oh,
Now it's
messed
crinkly.
Yeah, that's how ours
Crinkly?
has been.
Yeah, but is that how it goes out or no?
No, you sound fine going out.
Up. Okay.
All right. It's just us.
And we look good.
We do.
We do.
It's just the headphone amplifier is probably dying.
Wait.
It's the input.
Let me turn forward and see if everybody. No, we don't look good anymore. No.
Got a face for radio.
Yes.
All right, so it wasn't just me experiencing
No,
that stuff.
No, it
No,
was me
it's
too,
us.
and I.
By the
now
way,
it
it's
seems to be
National
better.
Radio Day.
What?
It is.
Oh
What?
wow!
Why didn't anyone tell me that they were
Happy
getting-
Radio Day.
Because nobody put on their headphones.
No, they're on.
I
Oh,
did.
they're
just-
on.
I figured.
I was
hey,
going to tell them on the break
Yeah.
because
I
I
am-
assumed if it was something that our listeners could hear, then Pete.
I am
tell us.
very, very proud to be the longest running member of WSKB, 16 years.
Wow.
If you
Congrats.
count my 4.5 years in college back in the 80s and 90s, add it to this one here, it's 16.
You mean the
Very
college you
cool.
never wanted to leave?
I never wanted to leave. They had to kick
Yes,
me
we
out.
know.
It's, I'm like, this is the best life's ever going to be. All you can eat food, all your friends within a 2-mile radius.
Hey, Pete, if you're going to join us, do you want to join us on the bottom square?
Sure, I was working on that, but I was trying to troubleshoot your audio problem too.
Oh, okay, yeah. My audio problem is definitely the quarter-inch going into the device out here.
Yeah, it's
I
fine
knew
now.
it.
Yeah. So have we established that this is Michael Buster McMahon over here?
Hello, Michael Buster McMahon. You can hear me Mondays 8 to 10 on That'll Learn Ya, where I tell you the stories behind the songs from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and sometimes even newer. And I've got a new show coming out, the Michael Buster McMahon Televised Radio Playhouse and Used Tire Company, which
Say that again.
Yeah.
the Michael Buster McMahon Televised Radio Playhouse and Used Tire Company, just because it's a ridiculous name. I've written 52 plays in my life, and we're basically televising them being done as radio plays. That way people don't have to memorize them.
Will your perfect band be playing there?
Yes, Buddy Sorrell's 5-man trio, my fictitious band that backs me up when I go out karaoke.
How many people remember who Buddy Sorrell is?
I do not.
So much unrealized potential there.
The Maury Amsterdam character on the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yes, he was one of the comedy writers.
Inspired by Mel Brooks.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Half the time I am.
I can see that. All right. JP at the end.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, thanks for having me here.
Yeah, you are replacing Kathy.
I am.
And I'm thinking I may want to bring you on here monthly. I think we want to make room for you.
I think so
nice.
too.
And get,
Congratulations.
And get rid of. I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Well, why don't we
whether
see
it's
how
for
he does?
you or- Let's see how I do.
Yeah, why don't we
today.
see how he does today?
Yeah, well, he's been on here before. And we do have a few people on our panel. It's
By the
just
way-
difficult for them to get in now.
Who am I
I
replacing?
just got a message. The Den Mothers watching us from New Zealand.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hi, Kathy.
Kathy.
How,
We miss you.
Who am I
Hi,
replacing?
Murphy.
By the way, you're posting beautiful pictures. New Zealand looks kind of like Iceland, desolate moonscapes.
She had beach pictures this morning.
Well,
I've just been
Iceland-
focused on the baby.
Iceland.
She had some type of house built into a hillside.
Oh, the Hobbit house.
Yes.
That
Oh,
was
yes.
cute.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, she wanted to retire there. I thought that was kind of
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, it's very nice, Kathy. Bring that back with you, okay?
Yeah.
I think you need a backhoe to bring it, but just me.
Yeah. Zaporowski, good morning.
Good morning. Superintendent Spotlight, September 5th, 9 to 10.
Oh,
Nice.
that's starting again, right?
It is.
Yes.
And we're ready to go.
Any hints on what's up for the school year?
In terms of
Everything. What surprises?
Yeah, we've
are
got about
ahead of
15
us?
minutes.
Yes.
to drive by Franklin Street today,
No. What do you?
Oh,
the
man.
new school's come along. Really
Yes, it
well.
is.
Oh,
my
when's
gosh.
that going to be? I love the facade, by the way. I mean,
We're-
it really it doesn't look like a school.
That was
it's-
the intent
Yeah.
when it was picked. And
You know-
we wanted it to fit in the neighborhood.
Zap,
very
we're due for a walk through that again.
We are.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
that's
there's
Yeah,
probably.
No, I've already been contracted for a walkthrough.
That's right. He. Have you
I'm
been
gonna
in,
do.
Pete?
I'm gonna do a. Well, I found out. I talked to my boy Fred Gore,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna do a 360 walkthrough so it can be interactive for the people that are gonna be looking at it, and we can and they can tour on their own pace and like do hot spots and things like that. So I'm gonna be taking 360 photos all over the school and then stitching them together.
And the plan is to show that, I think, during open houses too.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a website thing, so we can access it from anywhere, which is
It's
nice.
terrific. It's opening for the first of the year,
really
January 1.
okay.
So we have a mid-year move, which is not ideal.
I was going to say one of the first classes in there, but it
January
will be
1.
this
So we're
season.
moving over the holiday break, and the students there have a modified calendar, which we put on our website. But so they're actually starting the 28th and the 29th, and everyone else starts on the 29th.
You know, if you think about it, that's not a bad strategy because there's a lot of things to move from one
that's the
building
reason.
to the other.
So the teachers will have time to pack up their stuff.
Well, I was thinking you've got a lot of cheap labor.
Yeah,
that
well-
you can just, every
Come
kid
on
has
now.
to pick up two
I
things.
mean, we're allowed to do that at my school, but not in a
Yeah,
public
we
school.
we you know we have to live by different rules.
We have,
so
we have students coming to weed tomorrow. So
Oh, that's kind of cool.
we do that too, though. That we do, and kids volunteer, and sometimes they do it for community service
Yeah.
hours and things too. But
Yeah, the judge made me do that too.
yeah, but very excited for that new school. Honestly, I think it's long overdue, and this is my first school building project, right? So it's been really interesting to get all the input from the stakeholders, and really, I just can't wait till it opens. As you look at Franklin, it's interesting is we're doing the mid-year move because a week after they move in, the old Franklin starts coming down.
Oh, okay. It's going to be that quick.
So it's part of the contract, right?
Yeah.
So we have to get that done, and then they're putting a playground and fields there too. So there'll be a softball field there. It's going to be great when it's done. Also, the vision of it is more of a community school too, in terms of building use. It can be used in the evenings. What I really like about it is like the STEM. There's a STEM room. The library and the cafeteria are like as soon as you walk into the building, and the classrooms are away. So really, you don't have to access the classroom space at night. There's no reason to.
And that's all
because it's
open
bigger
space too when you walk right into that part of the building.
It's terrific. I mean, you've been inside enough to know. But
Yeah.
I've been in
The
that-
walls weren't up, but I could tell what was
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, the walls are up net.
Yeah.
Last time I was in, and the bathrooms were coming in. They were being tiled. It's just going to be a beautiful building, state of the art, and happy to be superintendent while we open.
Oh, well, not a lot of superintendents get an opportunity to build a building.
Well, it's the first new school in Westfield since 1999.
That's cool.
So 99, was that Munger Hill or was that North Middle?
North Middle, which is now the intermediate. Both Munger and Paper Mill were built in 91.
Now, when you're the superintendent, does your name get carved on the capstone there, too?
Well, I get on a plaque.
Oh, okay, good.
I get a plaque.
Nice.
Next to the otters, I heard that was their mascot.
They're the otters.
That's so cute.
It works
The
for me
river,
because
yeah,
I
it's
have
cute.
river otters living in my pond in the backyard.
That's kind of cool.
It is, and
I've got a plaque on Park Square Green.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, the 350 committee.
Yes, 350 committee. Yeah, my name will live in infamy.
Infamy.
I got a T-shirt once for eating like 40 wings.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did it have Carolina Reaper on it?
No.
All right,
I don't think my name's on anything
I have
exciting.
to brag for a minute. My name is on the same plaque, and it's above yours.
Ooh.
Yes, it is.
Alphabetized?
It's alphabetical.
Oh, he was quick to bring
Yes,
that up,
yes.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
I mentioned it, so. So how's your pool doing, Ken?
Probably as bad as yours. It was 73 when I looked at it this morning. I don't want to get in it.
I'm not getting in it.
No.
I mean, are we getting a warm? It looks like it's going to be cool all week with lows in the 50s too. So
I thought
that's
they
going
said
to kill
cold
it.
plunges are good for you. Good for you.
The cold plunges are good for you if you're coming out of a sauna or a steam room.
No, they said just in general.
I have a pool. I've lived in my house for about 18 years. I think I've been in my pool maybe 3 times in my entire life.
Really? Why? You don't like it?
Eh.
Don't like so?
I like pools.
I love the exercise I get in it.
Yeah, and I think the only time, like if it's a warm day and I'm sweating my face off and I'm mowing the yard or something, then I'll just jump in and get out. But that's about it at this point.
Yeah, at 73, 74. I mean, yesterday I put the bug in it, and I'm going to put the bug in it again today because I'm not getting in to vacuum it after all that rain.
See, in May, you guys would pay to have a pool that was 73 degrees.
In May, I traveled to Vegas to have a pool that's 85 degrees.
So when
Yeah, I think we might lose August on our pools.
Yeah, but it'll get hot again.
Did we skip the intro
Yeah,
for
you're going to
Hope?
have one more.
Did she get her intro?
Hope is a regular, but Hope.
I'm a regular.
Yeah,
Hope.
That started up the thing with the pool.
Yes.
Blame it on him.
Let's see. What can I tell Michael about myself? I work at St. Mary's High School full time. I freelance for the Westfield News and Reminder.
My wife went there.
The
St.
Reminder?
Mary's.
Yeah.
Oh, what year did she graduate?
91, 92,
Oh,
maybe?
I was 90. Who's your wife?
Karen Hamill.
Okay, I know who she is.
Oh.
From like 1989, 90.
Well, that's easy
Yeah.
to do when there's only 4 people in the school.
Hey, we had a big class. My class had almost 50 students.
You had a bigger
We
class
have a big
than me.
class right now. We have 31 freshmen coming in,
Okay.
which is
Very
really
nice.
great. We're excited about that. So we'll have at least 100
See,
students
I was
this year
but
total,
a
which
speck.
is nice.
Manchester High School. Hey, we graduated with 700 and something
Yeah.
That's
kids
crazy.
in the class.
We had over
all right,
5.
let me. There's 670 something graduated, but we had a lot more people in the class.
Yeah, I
It
had
was
like
the
30,
70s,
35.
It's going to be interesting this year.
Outta-
My
outta
daughter's
here.
coming.
Yeah, we haven't had a really.
My daughter's a freshman this
But
year.
your
at
son
St.
still comes
Mary's.
here.
Yeah, my son's a sophomore
happy
at
here?
Westfield Tech. Yes.
Good.
Yeah, he's excited. He especially likes shop week, of course. He's in IT, so that's his favorite week.
Very nice.
He's super smart, so he's like, I'm a little bored in an academic week. I'm like, well, we can fix that. So it was great
He's
last
going to be
year.
a sophomore?
He did. Yeah, he
Tell him
last
to
year.
enroll in our early college program in your junior year.
Yeah, and he applied for some special tech Patriot program or something.
Yeah, Cyber
Patriot.
Cyber
Yeah.
Patriot. Yeah. So he was looking at
We
that.
covered that on Tiger Talk and Superintendent Spotlight.
Yes.
We did.
So he's hoping to do that this year.
Does the logo look like this? Speaks Patriot.
Patriot.
No, it's
Patriot, not Patriots.
Oh, okay.
Cyber Patriot.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get into the football mode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes,
a great career.
yeah.
I got my fancy football draft this weekend.
Yes. That-
You know, a lot of the students in IT are looking at cybersecurity when they're moving on.
Because how it's such a
everybody's
look at every time. I don't know. Every other week,
It's not going to go away.
Your data's been shared by. I mean, look at everything's out there. I've come to the conclusion, and that's why I get hacked every 6 months or so. And I have to, the last time I was, I think we on the show. The last time I was hacked. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. But it was Dubai. I was shopping in. Remember, I think I told you guys that.
Yep.
So it was last month. So
As you
hopefully,
do.
Yeah. Well, I was getting other things in Dubai apparently as well, but and it's pricey in Dubai. $2,100 for a photo shoot.
Wow.
Did you go skiing? They have skiing in the desert.
They do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, look, I'd like to go visit Dubai someday, but I was not there overnight and back in town.
If I had to go to any destination over in that area,
it would be Dubai.
It would be Dubai, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, after a while, you're like, all right, big building. All right, big building. All right, cool building. All right, what else is there?
I didn't say I'd spend a long time there.
No.
I just,
Give me Macau. That's where I'm.
I'd go to Southeast Asia before, that.
I'm still trying to get to
start in
Ireland,
Vietnam
people.
and go down to Thailand and,
When, just curious, when you get on the plane to leave, do you go Dubai?
Oh no! Oh
Sorry.
no!
Where is it?
It's like the other joke. It's like the other joke.
you.
Their sister listed there, the Abu Dhabi.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, people in Dubai don't watch the Flintstones, but people in Abu Dhabi do.
All right,
that
are we
going.
ready yet?
Okay, thank you.
We ready?
Please, God, let's start.
I didn't write that.
Today's disco music, by the way. So Kenny picked this topic because he's secretly.
It's not so secret
He's a disco
anymore.
fan.
He loves
The guy-
disco.
He's a huge disco.
I've been very public about it. It's my favorite genre.
Disco.
And we
Yeah.
used to like you. Mm-hmm. Well, not really.
And the thing is, I don't. There's maybe Michael and maybe Jay have heard actually real, true disco. It's not the stuff that we're going to be playing here.
I'll tell you how much disco back in the 70s at the height of the disco boom, I was working clubs in Hartford. So every night I would hear the same song just every night. Disco was cool the first time you hear it, but every night?
No.
So now there's a handful of songs that no.
No, and Bee Gees.
And they're probably all going to be played today.
Yeah, and the Bee Gees aren't really that. Most of their stuff isn't even disco. It's disco because the movie says it's disco.
Well, when you look it up, and you do some research, it does. Will tell
Oh
you.
yeah, the best disco song is Bee Gees and Staying Alive and
Iconic is what I looked up because I like that.
Okay,
That's a
iconic.
better description.
Disco songs, when you think of disco, and when I was growing up, I actually hated the Bee Gees, and I didn't like disco, and I remember Death Before Disco, like that was kind of like.
So you
I
wanted
didn't
to be
like-
over in Kaminsky Park in '79
What was there?
for the
Disco demolition.
No, I probably
disco demolition. Yeah.
no.
Demolition.
But I will tell you.
Oh God! There was a riot with people destroying disco albums.
Oh, well, I was only like 6 or 7.
Yeah, and it killed a game in the series too.
It did.
Yes.
But I remember my brother, who was a rock fan, like a heavy metal.
Rock and roll.
Yeah. Definitely not into disco. So I didn't grow up really listening to it, but as I got older, I started to appreciate some of it. So I don't hate it as much as you might. But there are some songs that really.
It's just overplayed.
My father was 50s and 60s. My mother was disco. So I heard it.
My mother was Kenny Rogers and Loretta Lynn.
Yes.
That
Kenny.
explains a few things.
Yes, it probably does. Or on the weekend, we go to Pilsudski Park in Holyoke and listen to polka music.
Polka, yeah.
We used to do
Polkas,
polka.
yeah.
And I remember reading all kinds. Do they still do any of that there?
At Podolsky?
Yeah.
It hasn't happened in a while. Three Rivers is where any
It
of that
is
stuff
now.
is happening.
To say they just do when they do the pierogi festival thing there.
Yeah, for Trinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember eating Polish food every weekend. Used to love that. Mm-hmm. And I had a slight appreciation for Polish music because I was forced to listen to it all the time.
I had it in the house on the weekends when I
weekend. My
when I
father
moved
would
in
have
with
it on.
the other family.
I don't mind polka in small doses.
Small doses.
I knew Larry Chesky. I'm friends with Billy Bolina. I'm friends with Eddie Foreman. So I was around the stuff. And yeah. Happy Louie. I knew him.
I'm not Polish at all, so this is all no idea.
So that's how we knew when it was an official transition from the 60s to the 70s. You remember, those who were around in the 60s would remember every stop sign in town, it said stop, and somebody would paint war underneath it. Stop war.
I
'Cause that
thought
was
you were
the
going to
60s.
say "In the Name of Love."
Yeah, well.
I would have said Hammer Time.
Well,
and then they started writing Stop Disco.
exactly right.
Yeah. That's funny.
So that's why in the 70s, every stop sign.
I don't understand
Stop
why it was
Disco.
so hated because that gave us hip hop.
It did.
This
well,
would
now
have
you gave me a reason to
today
do
would
disco.
Today would have been a great day to do rap because Bob and Kathy
Well, if
are
you
not
win, you
here.
can do rap.
Yeah, but Bob and Kathy both hate it. So.
Well, that's when you do it.
Yeah.
Well,
I know Bob's not here to talk about Studio 54.
I picked a mainstream song because
You know your audience.
well, that plus if I actually picked a real good disco song,
We all would have hated it.
you'd all hate it because I've never heard it before. Oh, it's 12 minutes long. I'm talking
I
about
was going
things
to pick
like,
a different song, and it was 7 minutes, and I was like, "Good God, I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
even
talking
want to
about,
hear this
you know,
for
like
5 minutes."
the sound of Philadelphia. I know you're familiar with them. Who else? Jay, but
Yeah.
never
I know
even heard of
TSOP.
it. MFO, yeah.
If you hear it,
TSOP.
you may not know the sound, the name of it, but if you hear it, you know the song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
But you can't even come up with when you go to research it. It doesn't even come up on a list because it's full of the Bee Gees and Yvonne Elliman and
So when would you say disco started to fade?
80.
80?
Yeah, 80 was the
but it
80 was
came
the
back.
tail end.
But then in the 90s, it came back as people going out and dancing wanted to hear the
But
retro
I'm-
stuff.
yeah,
You think about it. In the 70s, what was one of the hottest TV shows at the time? Happy Days.
Happy Days.
Right? Now, you go back. Now, what was 70s, 80s, 90s? In the late 90s, what was one of the hottest TV shows that
70s
came up?
show.
That 70s show.
People like retro.
Everybody likes to go back 20 years ago and think those were the best times in the world, you know? Yeah.
And the 70s were not that great. I mean, I was born, but I'm just saying, historically speaking.
See, that was my junior high and high school years.
Right.
So I don't remember any.
But I remember.
And it was the 70s.
I remember being stuck in a car waiting for gas.
Yes.
On your day.
I was working.
Whatever.
I don't remember that
as a
at
child.
all.
I remember being really
That
small.
was 74. You were that.
I think it went on. I remember
The oil embargo.
gas,
Yeah.
the oil embargo was
Yeah.
an issue. I remember that.
Yeah,
I do.
I remember it happened again. I think you might be thinking around 78, 79.
Yes.
During the Carter administration.
Yes, that's what I remember.
I
So
was pumping gas. So
economically, as what I'm saying,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
nation's economy was not in great shape in the
Yeah,
70s.
yeah.
So
we bought a Ford Pinto during that year.
we had a Vega.
Yeah.
Vega. Do you remember the Vega?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
yes.
God, that was terrible. Yeah, everyone started buying these gas efficient vehicles, whatever that meant.
And then they found out. Okay, I have two kids sitting in the back of this Ford Pinto wagon. If someone rams into it, they're
Everybody's dead.
So, and got rid of it.
What's the one that had the
in a
gas
year.
tank in the back? Is that the Pinto?
Pinto,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All of a
What
sudden,
about
somebody
the
figured
Gremlin?
that's-
Remember the Gremlin?
That was a fun
was-
car.
that was a fun
just a fun.
AMC was ahead of their time with some
They
of this
were,
stuff.
yeah.
I mean, the Javelin was cool.
There was the Javelin and the AM is an
AMX.
AMX
Yep.
was the race car version of
Yep.
that.
That's
yeah.
funny. Now, my grandfather had a VW bus in the 70s,
Yeah.
and I dream of
Vanagon.
owning one, light blue. I dream of owning one as like my she shed.
The camper version, the one with the top that goes up.
He did not have that one.
Oh, that was
no,
cool.
No.
Yeah.
So that song that Pete played in the background,
Yeah.
that was the Sound of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody knows the song, but they don't know the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot. of that.
And but it's the true disco where you get the hi hat, you get the driving beat, you get the orchestral music in the back.
It's easy to dance to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the secret to it.
That's
you
an
know?
American Bandstand line, isn't it? It's easy to dance to.
I don't know.
And it's slices
But
and
do you
dice.
turn it up when you're in the car? That is the question.
Yes.
You do?
No. I'm just saying that's the question to ask. I
Do you
not.
turn it up and
I
leave
turn
it
it
on,
off.
or do you change the
I
station?
changed the station for that.
No,
That's why I didn't pick real disco.
that's a whole.
I would
that's
change
a whole
the station
different
probably for every
discussion,
one of these songs.
Is what do you turn up in the car now?
Oh, that's a cool truck coming.
You know.
Well, what was the topic that again? That maybe we should transition.
Yeah.
What is the topic?
The topic is best disco song.
Best disco.
But, a lot of people say, well, what is disco? They had it, there was some in the 80s, or, is it funk? Basically, the guideline here was you're at Studio 54. Are you going to hear this
What are you
between
gonna play?
1974 and 1980?
You are going to hear my song.
You're gonna hear mine.
You're gonna hear mine.
All right, let's
Well,
go
nobody
then.
told me the years.
Wait a minute, I
Let's
made that
start
very
with Michael's
clear to you
song.
yesterday,
I asked
Michael.
and Peter's like, "All right, pick whatever you want." I'm like, "All right."
when I came in here yesterday, I
here
made
and
it
you
clear
talked
to you, and I said 74 to 80. You'd
probably
be at 50.
That's okay.
you'd be at
I
54.
colored outside of the lines too, so.
I think it's
As Pete does.
Give it a little,
Yes.
yeah. Give it.
I
give
think
it a
I did
little
as well.
leeway.
I did not.
All right, so Peter, in 30 seconds or less, how do we do making the list?
You picked a topic because you were the previous winner. Everybody else now tries to listen to the song, but rarely do. And then they judge the song based on a scale of 1 to 10 and their feelings about the song. Usually, Zap does it by, will I turn it up on the TV?
Yeah, on
Buster,
On the radio.
On the radio.
Buster will say, was it a hit?
Yeah.
Jay will like, was I non-cannabis induced when I heard the song? And then the
Is that Kenny or Jay? I'm sorry.
Jay,
Oh,
yes.
all right.
And the curmudgeon all the way over on the right-hand side of your screen just goes, I don't like anything, and I'm doing the scorekeeping.
Was that you or Ken? I get confused.
Ken.
Okay.
How are you going to pick on Hope?
Oh, yeah.
Hope just is like me. She listens to it and tries to score it the best she can.
While dreaming of Katy Perry and Snoop.
Oh, gosh.
I will never let her forget that.
Come on.
Those
Come
California
on.
girls.
It was a bad topic again. Hate Katy Perry. Always turn it off.
Always. Always?
Always turn off Katy Perry.
I do too.
All right, shall we ease
I don't listen to a
into
station
it?
that would even play it.
Yeah, I think we're ready to start. We killed enough time seeing we're down one person this week.
And away we go.
If there's a cure for this, I don't want it. If there's a remedy,
Donna Summer and Love Hangover.
Diana Ross.
Diana Ross. We were talking about Donna Summer. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
So I think every disco song needs to have, or
well, that's what I was talking about. The with the hi-hat.
It's just a repetitive beat.
Yeah, so that song has it. It has the orchestra.
Whose is it?
It has a driving. I'm talking about it. Who do you think it is?
Yeah, strings,
the
horns
strings,
often, and
definitely. And if you actually watch
and a hell of a bass line.
The bass line, and you watch the instructions on YouTube.
It's always to a disco tune.
I could never do the fingering on that instrument for that song. That the notes are just all over the place. And with classic popular disco, Donna Summer did this a lot. You start off a little slow and then you get into it.
Now, you go back, flash back to my club days. That's how I would fill the dance floor, because you'd have fast song, and the dance floor tends to start to empty out. Then you play one of those. Oh, slow song. Everybody comes back. I want to dance slow with you, right? Because you always play something that the women want to hear. Because guys will follow the women whether they like the song or not. So they will follow the women on for the slow dance onto the dance floor. Then you have them captured, and then the song speeds up and it's good. Donna Summer had a couple of.
I wanted to start a
MacArthur Park is a good example.
Yes,
of
I wanted to start a fruit company, and I was going to call it "Wherever Women Go, Man Goes." It would have worked. It would have worked. I remember in high school what got you. The song that got you, you didn't know what to do, was "Say You Say Me" by Lionel Richie. Because that was like that. It started off slow, and then it kind of got into like a weird, like not just.
That was a weird song.
Yeah, you didn't know how to dance to that song. That was kind of odd. So that reminds me of that.
I remember people wanting to dance to "Stairway to Heaven" with someone you really like.
At the school dance.
It was always the last dance of the night.
Because it's like a very long song.
The Friday night school dance.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in this case would be either at St. Mary's or Blessed Sacrament.
We had the CYO dances.
It was
at
the
St.
last
Mary's,
song.
Yep.
It was the last
They-
song.
It was the last song of the night.
Yes.
You had to wait to like the boy you really liked. That's who you wanted to dance
I
with.
never did that.
Oh, I did.
I never had to wait for the boy.
Look,
Don't say like you wanted that boy to be the last dance.
I don't
'cause
think
it was
I've
the
ever
longest
seen you
dance.
light up as much as that.
Well, that was funny. It was funny. It's a good memory.
Well, because it's the longest song on the
Right,
planet.
Yeah.
right.
And so it's
you
the
get
longest
to,
song
like-
they're going to play at any dance.
That was the theme at my high school prom. It was "Stairway to Heaven" '76.
Mine was ours. So I graduated in '91, and our song was "Never Say Goodbye" by Bon Jovi.
I don't remember what mine was.
I do like that.
I went to a Catholic school. Any song that you picked was scrutinized for every single lyric. It was horrible.
that's BS.
Yeah, that was tough.
Well, when I
remember
graduated,
ours.
the song that was really popular was "I Touch Myself" by the Divinyls.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't let us pick that one, so you went with "Never Say Goodbye" by Bon Jovi.
Okay. All right.
All right,
So,
I'm
are we
giving
ready for a score.
I'm giving myself a 10 on that.
Yeah.
Jay,
Because I hate disco.
I know that's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
It's going to be so I'm not going to give it a 1.
Okay.
The 4. Only because
Wow.
Jay's a tough grader.
Wow.
He is.
and it's because that was the classic get him back out on the dance floor.
Otherwise, you would have given it a 1.
Yeah.
We don't give points, right? It's all solid numbers. You can't do.
You could do halvesies.
You could
Oh,
do
you can?
halves.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, my next?
All right.
All right.
Four-
We'll do
go
you
ahead.
next.
4.2.
No, we got to do halvesies. So.
No.
No.
Otherwise,
All right.
the math is getting complicated.
Well, it's Diana Ross, and at first glance, like I wouldn't have considered it a disco song, but as you listen to it, you're like, yeah, that's a disco song. And just out of respect for Diana Ross, I would normally give an 8, but I'm still bitter with Ken for purposely lowering my score on the last time I was on the show, so because he said I was going to win, so I'm knocking it down to a 7.
like
And
a
I understand that he's going to get revenge later and do that.
It's
but
like a WWE storyline. A lot of memories here.
I am deducting 1 point.
Where's the belt?
It's right here.
Right in front
It's
of
in the
us.
front.
Oh.
It's in the front.
Oh,
You don't see it in the monitor?
It's on the
I do
screen.
now. Yes, the glare.
Yeah, the glare.
Stefan?
Yes. We're trying to
I'm going. So I like the Diana Ross piece. It was disco. So I'm actually, I know, I'm going with a 7.5.
See, now I want to flash back for a minute to something you said a minute ago.
Would I turn it up?
I wanted to get it 4.2, and this is the superintendent saying, "Nah, it's too hard. I don't."
No, we
want
do
to
0.5. We do 0.5.
We do 0.5.
Right, but he said
not
no,
0.2.
not 0.2 because
I said it gets complicated.
No, and it comes down to the fact that when we did this years ago
Listen.
up at the university, one of our panelists would go, "Okay, I give it a 4.0128."
Yeah, that was Donley.
And what do you do with that? You know, we like to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's what calculators are for.
I don't
right.
like it because either the song didn't make up its mind. So a song either is a slow disco song or a fast disco song. This started as a slow disco song, and I was cool with that because it's going to be like a slow disco song. You can dance to it. Then it became a fast disco song, and I was like, I think I'm going to give it a 6.
Well,
You don't understand disco, do you?
I think that's
I
kind
do,
of a
but
classic
I do, but it needs to make up
disco
its
thing
mind.
where it starts off slow and gets a little fast and then slows down again.
Like Stairway.
Yeah. So I love Diana Ross, and that song's okay. I'm going 7.5 as well.
All right.
When I came up with disco, I knew it was going to be a low-scoring day.
Our winning score, 50.
You know, unlike last time where I think that was our highest scoring
Yeah, we all
episode
hated
we ever
it.
had.
Yeah.
What was that topic again?
World War II.
World War II. Oh,
Yeah, I was going to say, we all hated that topic.
Yeah, where I beat you
The
by
most fun
0.5.
show,
Think.
the most fun
I
show
would've-
we've ever had was at the press room, and it was songs Bob Plass will hate.
Did anyone do?
Yeah, that's right.
That
I
was the most
remember
fun
that.
we ever had in doing one of these shows.
Did anyone do the Manhattan Project by Rush?
No.
Oh, that would have been a good song.
That would have been a good song.
Yeah.
I don't think of Rush often, huh? When's the
In
last time-
disco?
I never.
No,
think
for
of
the
Rush.
World War II category.
No, we're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think about Rush.
All right, ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Next one.
Yeah.
Oh, what a night. Late December back in '63. What a very special time for me. As I remember, what a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. Let's make it official since we kind of came onto the microphone a little early there. We're going to recommend that Miss Bruno look
song?
at that for the choir because
It's a good song.
You heard it
Yeah.
here first.
It's been this song was a hit in 2 different decades.
It was, and that's why I picked it because I think.
This was you.
Because it went so. First of all, I remember growing up listening to Frankie Valli, because my father Oh Sherry, Big Girls Don't Cry. There's another one I'm not thinking
Walk
of.
Like a Man.
Walk Like a Man. Yeah. So
String of hits.
but this one obviously is a song by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, and Frankie Valli actually isn't the lead singer in this particular one.
Oh, I
He's
didn't
not.
know that.
He does the background. Featured the drummer actually is the lead vocalist, Gary Polchi, who also did the lead vocals on the song "Who Loves You," which came out also later in the '70s. And but Frankie Valli came back for Grease, obviously in '78. So
I just learned me something.
there you go. So the other thing, the lyrics. Here's an interesting part. The lyrics also. I love this song actually, and that's why I picked it. And I saw, disco pop, whatever. But I do think it's disco. I think it has the beat. I think it fits the criteria. It absolutely brought people to the dance floor. And to this day, I will turn this up in my car if it comes on. So originally, though, here's the interesting part. Originally, the lyrics were set in 1933 with the title December 5th, 1933, because it celebrated the repeal of Prohibition. That's what they originally wrote it on, right? So it was first released in 1975, and it hit the number one on the UK singles chart first, and then went to the US Billboard Hot 100, remaining in the top spot for 3 weeks, but it was in the top 40 for like 20-something weeks at that particular time. So it was really popular at that point. Then there was a remix that came out in 1993 that spent another 27 weeks in the Hot 100.
It was huge. Yeah,
so
that
how
song
do
was
you
huge.
have? I mean, here's a song that came out, and really when you think of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, the first thing that I go to is Big Girls Don't Cry and Walk Like a Man and things like that because of his voice.
Yeah.
But then this song is a complete breakaway from that, really. I think it's very different from what they did. But here's another interesting fact about the Four Seasons is they had hits before the Beatles, during the Beatles, and after the Beatles, and one of the only bands ever to do that. So I thought that was pretty cool. But again, I remember this when I was in college. In the night, every club you went to, they played it, and it always filled the dance floor.
Yeah.
And the remix is like 5 minutes, though. So I'm glad you didn't play that. Because
You
that
got to
gets a
listen
little
to,
long.
I don't know if you've ever heard the band Wonder Who.
Never.
It's
Who?
It's Frankie Valli because they recorded it as a joke.
I thought
because
you meant the Guess Who.
the record
Yeah.
company kept saying, sing higher and higher. And he's like, it doesn't always sound good. So they actually recorded a song with him singing as high as he can under the name Wonder Who. I can't remember the name of the song, but you got to look it up.
I will look
and
that
it's
up.
Frankie Valli singing as high as he possibly can, just as a shut up record company.
I forgot Ragdoll. That was another
Ragdoll, yes.
another good
Yep.
Frankie Valli song. And the other thing is Frankie Valli tells you that the song itself was not about Prohibition. It was about a night where a young man
Got lucky.
got lucky for the first time. So the song has multiple meanings.
It does.
So there you go.
For
That's
me,
why
it
I
just
picked
means, Framingham in Boston in the mid-'90s.
And of course, it brings back fond memories for me.
Yes.
So that's why I picked it. And I do think it's disco. And I think when you look it up, it says it's disco. But again, we were talking earlier about a group that went from, I guess, rock or whatever, the 60s type
Yeah,
music.
60s rock.
And then transitioning into disco and being very successful at it.
They moved on. They stayed relevant.
They did.
as they
I think
say.
Frankie Valli still tries
Yes, he
to
does.
tour today,
Yeah.
but I did see a clip recently where he forgets the words and stuff. It was pretty embarrassing.
Well,
he's
he got-
90.
he
He
got
is
killed-
90.
Yeah, he got killed off in The Sopranos, and he's still touring.
Still touring. So there you go.
There you go.
That's resilient.
It's a comeback tour.
Is it Wonder Who or the Wonder Who?
Is it? I think it's Wonder Who, but it could be the Wonder Who.
All right.
It's the Wonder Who.
Yeah. Don't think twice.
Yes.
And yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's him singing as high as he possibly can.
Yeah.
just so that-
It goes back a little bit.
Oh, my.
Wow.
It's like a chipmunk.
Yeah, you're right.
It is. That sounds like, is that Alvin, Simon, or Theodore?
Exactly.
Oh,
Sounds like Theodore.
Now I know why it didn't get released.
Yes.
It didn't go for
And that was not sped up.
Nope, that was him just singing as high as he can, just to shut them up.
And I will say it's incredible to sing that high.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
still have vocal cords left.
Right.
Yeah.
When you think about
I don't think Barry Gibb could even do that.
no.
Well, I think that's what David Gates of Bread says. Like, had I realized I would have been singing these songs for 40, 50 years, I would have written them in a lower key.
Yeah, really.
That's funny.
Well, think about Big Girls Don't Cry. I mean, he really goes high.
Yeah.
He really goes
Yeah.
nuts.
Ragdoll, too. He's pretty
Ragdoll,
high.
too. I mean, what a great voice.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
All right, so I assume you're giving yourself a 10?
I am.
I'm
Wow.
giving you a 9. I've always loved this song since
Yeah.
I was a little kid.
Me too.
I love the fact that it's a remake that worked, that they made better. And with putting that beat in there, and there's a couple of little drum riffs in there that just make it perfect all the time. Perfect. I hate disco. So
Points off.
But if there is a disco song, you got to listen to.
This is the game.
that's on the list. You know, what's on the list of shit you got to
Ooh.
stuff you got to play.
Did you play this back in the 70s?
Yeah.
I was the dance
absolutely.
floor.
Yeah, it filled the dance floor.
Yeah.
It
Every time.
filled the dance floor.
The 90s was the same way.
Yeah.
Packed.
The fact that
And I don't dance, and I went out and danced
Downtown
to this.
Boston clubs.
That
would
song
be
would be on the
dancing to
list
that
of
in the
music
90s.
that you would play called music that doesn't piss you off.
I still play it.
Yeah. That one gets a 7.5, easy.
All right.
From somebody that doesn't like disco.
And, you know, I think if you had a list of songs that really nobody hates,
this would be
it would be on. Like, no, you know, like nobody hates
Does anyone
that song.
love it? But no, they don't hate it.
It's like McDonald's.
And it's you know, it's Frankie Valli and everything. And, yeah, I'm going to go 8. I'm going to go 8.
All right.
I'm gonna tap into my just recently post-college hanging out in Boston nostalgia and give you a 9.
You're making me want to go to hang out in Boston.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's go out with
Jen?
hope.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm just fun. Just, you know.
So now this is where Kenny says there's a couple of high scores here. I'm voting 2 just to keep this thing down.
That's right. We don't want Zap to win. Give him a 4.
Kenny?
In my opinion, it's not a disco song.
What?
He did
In
say
my
that
opinion.
from the beginning. He
Well,
did say that's not
now
disco.
that gets a bigger score.
You want to change that?
Bump him up.
I think there are much more better options out there if you're going to really utilize the disco genre.
But I picked it because it came
It
back
was
stronger and better. I
It's
think.
yeah.
So it kind of had a rebirth.
But in 1993, I'm not listening to that at Studio 54.
Well, Studio 54 is closed.
Yes, I know.
But in 75 you were.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, they would play that there.
If it was open in 93, you would
And-
listen to it in
Yes,
know-
yeah, a good point.
And where Studio 54 would open at 10 o'clock at night and go until 5 in the morning, that song would probably be played around 10:15. Yeah.
That means yeah. That's
a 2 a.m. song right there. Come on.
I remember being, at some clubs where that would be like the 1 o'clock song before the
I missed the driving bass line and I missed the percussion with the hi-hat. I need to go.
It was there.
Yeah.
It was there.
All right. What's your bottom line?
Yeah, it was there.
Wasn't very pronounced.
Come on, Grumpy.
Come on. What's your number?
Grumpy McGrumpster.
Do you like the song though?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I have to go with a 7.
I was just going to say, you're getting,
Here we
getting
go.
better
Okay.
than we thought. Okay.
I always kind of do that, don't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, and
That's
I
why
get,
in
and
my
I get
head,
all of you
literally
all
like
the time.
he's giving it a 7. He's
Like,
giving it a
Kenny,
7.
you got to be kidding. Oh, no. Yeah. Did Peter score?
Yeah.
Would you
Yeah.
go to a Frankie
Gave it a
Valli
9.
concert back in the day?
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well,
I don't know if I'd go now, but
Well, you don't need to. You can go see the movie.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right. What's next?
Like the legend of the phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning
was from the beginning. Look. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 The present has no ribbon. Your gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get. 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 We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get lucky.
And we're back.
All right, what was that?
Explain, Lucy.
That was Get Lucky.
Was that by you, Pete?
Yep, Daft Punk.
Daft Punk.
With featuring Nile Rodgers from Chic.
Love Nile Rodgers.
So that's the
And
only
Pharrell
connection
Williams.
to disco is
No,
that
it's
it
not.
has somebody from Chic
No,
in it.
no, this is the evolution of disco.
Oh.
This is what disco would have become had it stayed popular.
No chance.
Yeah, we call that hip hop.
No, we don't. We call it this. A little bit of funk, a little bit of pop, and a little bit of disco, all mixed into one.
There was,
and it was a monster hit. This won 4 Grammys.
Yeah, there was a hint of funk throughout the disco era. Yeah, that was part of what you would hear creep in once in a while.
Yeah, funk was there before disco.
Yeah, and
Right.
I use the word creep on purpose.
Right. So this track was roughed out by Daft Punk, who are still not sure if they belong in this century or not because they're just
Yeah, I don't know.
they're pretty wild. They're pretty wild. Their music is all over the place. But what they did is they wanted to work with Nile Rodgers, and Pharrell Williams was like, anything you guys do, I want to work with you. So they finally got in Nile Rodgers, and he asked to have everything but the drum track muted, everything on the demo. And just based on the drum track, he did his guitar parts. and then they basically retooled the entire song around his guitar track.
Okay, that's interesting. That's a good story.
So they made it. So he made it classic disco, and then they built the funk and the pop electronic around that, and it's the evolution of disco. I think it's an awesome song. It was #1 in all of Europe and #2 in the U.S. for 10 weeks.
Well, I don't trust modern audiences' taste. There's a lot of stuff that goes #1 that.
Yeah, look at Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I have nothing against Taylor Swift, but my God, one of the most overrated people ever. It's not that
every
it's
song.
fine.
Every song is the same.
It's not.
It is.
No.
It really is.
How can you? I mean, she's got no vocal range. I mean, how can you compare her to like Adele? I mean, you know.
We can't.
I'd rather listen to Taylor Swift than Adele.
Really?
Yes.
Well, she's not alone.
I'm one of those. I don't get the Adele hype. She's a beautiful voice, but I don't listen to her. I would keep Taylor Swift on in my car.
I'd rather
I'll turn Adele up in the car before I turn up Taylor.
I'd rather even Ariana Grande.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah. She has a range.
Emerson, Lake.
Yeah, there you go.
Ariana Grande's irritating.
Yeah.
She licks donuts.
I mean,
But does she put them back on the grocery
Hey,
store?
who doesn't?
That was only once in the donut shop.
So what?
What kind of donut was it, though? Come on. What was
I
it?
want to say it was like a strawberry top filled.
Oh, no.
But on the
That's
end,
terrible.
but here's the thing: if
But-
you
but-
lick a donut once, what else are you licking? That's all I want to know.
But is she licking someone's eyelid or eyeball? Remember that a couple of years back?
She did that too.
Yeah.
What?
No, I'm saying did she?
I don't know.
No, because we haven't heard about it.
Oh, well, she.
But yeah, licking eyeballs
She
was
might.
a thing
We
a
don't-
while back.
I don't want to know. Anyway,
Moving on.
score, Jay.
I-
Scores.
You know,
He still hates disco.
Oh,
I
did,
still hate disco.
Pete gave himself a 10, right?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. You know, the tune isn't bad. I got to hang a 7 on that one.
That's a high mark from Jay. I'll take it.
Yeah. It's. I don't know. It's. I don't have much to say. I'm just gonna go 7.5.
Okay. Zap.
I mean, I like the beat too, actually, and I got to listen to some of it, even though I had to run for a moment.
It was a good song to do that too.
It was long. It seemed long.
No.
Yeah.
Was it?
It's
No,
the
not
it's the
especially.
it's only 4 minutes. It's the average of every song that's in this countdown.
It wasn't a
It
12
seemed longer.
There
because
is an
it's the
album
same thing
version.
over and
There is
over.
an album version of 6 minutes, but I just declined to play that one.
Thank you. I wouldn't turn it up though, if it was in my car.
Okay.
Really? That's a driving song, man.
Yeah, it's the same thing over and over.
I would probably
So
change
is
the
most
channel.
disco songs.
Yeah, I agree with Pete on that one.
So I'm going to go with 7.5 as well. Hope.
I like that song. I do listen to that song. I have a funny story with my kid with that song.
I like your alternate lyrics.
Yes, so my son, I'll share with everyone on air, when my son was younger, we're listening to the song in the car and we're all kind of like dancing. And he goes, Mom, what's a Mexican latte? And I go, what? So he thought instead of Get Lucky that they were singing Mexican latte. So now my entire family sings Mexican latte when that song comes on.
That's a good story.
It is a fun story. So I'm going with an 8.5. I
Wow.
also really like Daft Punk and I like Pharrell. And
I do too.
love Nile Rodgers. So
Nile Rodgers is awesome, but in the email that went out, I said
Daft Punk are time travelers. That was played in Studio 54.
not valid during this. I specified if you're going to be in Studio 54 between 74 and 80, you would hear this, and this song did not come out.
Until when?
Yeah.
When did it come out?
Yeah. Late
2013.
2000 something.
Yeah, 90s?
No.
Not even 90s.
It was
It was
2013.
2013, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're off by a couple of decades.
Yeah.
Don't care.
I like the song. I get it. It's actually a good song for testing loudspeakers because of the range. You know, it's like the Fireflies song that you use to test PA now and then.
Stereo separation on
Yeah.
that one.
Oh yeah. And it's not just the stereo separation, but it's how the bass in that song hits. It's like, you know, it's meant to be felt and not heard.
Well, that's why Firefly has got that very high, crisp, all right, that's good, and then boom, kicks you.
Yeah.
Kicks
Yeah.
you hard.
But it's not a disco song from the 70s, 6.5.
Okay.
What a whiner.
Speaking of wine, I had some great wine last night.
Rouge or Blanc.
You're gonna
Yeah.
love the next one then.
Yeah. Yeah, 9:08. We're halfway through.
There's a launch coming up in about 15 minutes.
Right.
I'll have it up in the background.
All right. So that is going to be a
Starlink.
Yeah, but is it going to be West Coast or East Coast?
East Coast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've seen those. Yeah. Yeah, I had some great wine last night.
I did not.
Yeah,
Me
at
either.
Tribeca. Missed you, Pete. You had the invite.
How'd you get invited?
I was invited.
I was supposed to
wasn't
be
invited.
changing locks yesterday.
I'm invited tonight too.
I'm
Be my
inviting
plus
you
one.
tonight to go to it.
I can't.
All right. Well, that's the only other
That's
VIP
why he
night.
invited
But-
you.
Huh?
He knew you'd say no.
Well, I mean, last night I could have.
Yeah.
Tonight I got something.
There was
By the
nowhere
way,
to sit. I didn't eat. There was nowhere to sit. It was so packed. I stood at the bar, chatted, and
I hope it
left.
does well. I want to see.
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
I think it will.
Yeah.
But it was just last night.
Yeah, I just
Like,
wanna say,
okay, everyone
there?
VIP.
Well, I sampled food. I was in the kitchen for a bit, but I've known one of the owners going back 25 years. That's how I. But I did a walkthrough with video during construction to kind of document a historic building here in town, and we rekindled our friendship, and then I got to know the other two owners. So that's how I got in. But there were a lot of recognizable people there last night, and I'm really shocked about you. But I wish you could make it tonight because you would be my plus one.
I know. I just said he could be my plus one. I'll
I
take
can't,
it
but I
tonight,
could have.
Yeah. So I do need to go back there again tonight. To
I
shoot
frequent a
some
lot
more
of
film.
restaurants in West.
Well, I hope
we'll
you
have
all
to start drinking
I hope you all can go. I own 10% of a restaurant.
Well, you see, this is what I'm leading up to, Buster.
Okay.
So yeah, that was Tribeca. Their soft opening is coming up in a few more days. But
Friday, I think. Friday at 4.
And I just
open
wanted
officially.
to say that they had 3 bartenders on there, and this is the first night they really, they had a mock night a few nights ago with like 40 people, but there were a lot of people there last night, and they did an excellent job. So usually you go into a place and it's all brand new to them, and it's a little funky. No, they did a good job.
That means they have systems in place.
A little slow with the POS because they just had an update on it.
Oh, I hate when that
So they
happens.
trained on the POS and then it got updated like yesterday or whatever. Yeah, don't be afraid to stop down there, even though it's a fresh crew.
So you stood at the bar and put bread in their jar and said,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it was a
what
cash
you
bar.
doing?"
It was.
I see what you're doing there, Jay.
Yeah, it was a. It was a private event, but it was still a cash
It
bar.
wasn't lost on me.
No.
I was ignoring you.
Yeah. And I mention all this because I'm a foodie. They're also friends of mine. But another friend of mine is involved with restaurants. Where are we at with that? Because you know what? By the way, congratulations on your change after what is it,
Escaping?
19 years.
Yeah, 19 years at a job I hated. It wasn't completely my decision to leave, but I was okay. Apparently, there's a disagreement on how to handle shoplifters between corporate policy and how I handled them. But
Especially when they assault you.
Yeah.
and
So instead of smiling and waving and letting them go, you actually tried to correct one.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
well, a few more than a few. But yes, my family is resurrecting the Summers Inn in Summers, Connecticut. It's going to be the Iron Fox Steakhouse at the Summers Inn.
Nice.
The previous owners changed the name and did a lot of things that people didn't like, and we said, well, we have to reincorporate the name into it because, I mean, this building's from the 1700s. It was part of the Underground Railroad. The first Postmaster General got his job there in the old banquet room on the 3rd floor. There's a lot of history there, and we're very proud to be putting it. But
That's extremely cool.
The problem that we're having is permits and stuff. And
Oh, that's everywhere.
yeah,
It's
it's just,
nothing new.
but it's not like it used to be a restaurant. It's not like we bought a barn and trying to convert it to a restaurant. It's just,
It took Tribeca
Time.
18 months.
oh,
So
Yeah. Nothing is easy, but once you get in,
yeah,
yeah,
we're looking
and once you
we're
get
looking
it
forward to
open,
that.
yeah,
I don't
and-
know what 10% I own. I think it's part of the basement, but I'm anxious.
Will we get VIP at the basement?
Sure,
basement.
absolutely, absolutely. You can come visit.
We'll
me
have
in
a
the
heck of
cellar.
a party in the basement. Yeah.
Playing disco.
No.
It's the disco corner.
But oh yeah,
Daft Punk.
We'll let everybody know when it's open. Thanks for.
All right, cool. Yeah, good. Keep us posted, please.
All right. I think we're up to song number 4.
Yep.
All right, let's hear it.
I never want to hear either of those songs separate again. I want to hear them. I want to hear them together like that. I was torn between picking I Was Made for Loving You because it was written to be a disco song. They basically said they got with Desmond Childs and said, it's really easy to write a disco song. We can prove it. And they did.
Yeah,
and
we can
Kiss
take
came
my
out with
rock and roll riff
and then
and make it
Earth,
disco.
Wind, and Fire, they were they were a funk band, and they saw disco was coming, and they said, you know what? It's not too hard to transition from funk to disco. So they did with that song. And that song originally was inspired by the Diane Keaton character in Looking for Mr. Goodbar, because basically, it's a happy song, but it's really kind of depressing, the fact that people are in this dance club just desperately looking for Mr. Right. So now this guy, Bill McClintock, solved my problem, because I couldn't decide between the two. And it's like the songs, it was written that way. He integrated both songs perfectly. And you guys chatted a little bit too much, so I don't know how much you appreciate how.
I was already familiar with that song.
This is what happens. They talk through the songs.
How integrated, how perfect that guy integrated both songs, and I'm going to tell my daughter that Kiss and Earth, Wind, and Fire, they used to be one band, and then they decided to split after they had this giant hit.
Fake news.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's as political as I'm going to ever get.
It's jokingly called Earth, Kiss, and Fire, and I just thought it was the perfect thing because you're getting two songs for the buck here, and it's so impressive how that guy integrated both of them. And you know what? It proves that, rock and disco didn't have to be enemies. They could have coexisted together, and I think that Kiss song proved it. That's my case. I'm giving it a 10 because I can't give it a 20, although I should give it a 20 because it's two songs. You got buy one, get one free with my offering today.
JP, what do you got?
It's not. I gave you some rock and roll, JP.
Earth, Wind, and Fire was absolutely the horn section there.
Mm-hmm.
That's helped me fall in love with horns. Between them, Chicago, when the two. Oh my goodness! And Kiss, and I was telling this story off air. Kiss, when they came out, I would see every time they toured. I would see them in New Haven, in Hartford, in Springfield. And it was always a spectacular show, and it was great. And then, and then one time they came to Springfield, and Gene Simmons comes out, and he goes, "Well, the fire marshal here in town says we couldn't use the fire and the smoke and all the special effects that we use. Well, we don't need no stinking bombs." By the end of the show, we kind of figured, yeah, they did.
So I gave you two artists that you liked together in one beautiful little package.
Yeah, but there was no fire and smoke, so the fire marshal was,
That's not his fault, though.
Well, I mean, you're
What
the
year did it come
superintendent.
out,
Would
though?
you allow us to have pyrotechnics here in the studio?
Oh, don't put him on the spot.
You wouldn't have paid attention to them anyway.
St. Mary's would. I'd let you do it at St. Mary's, JB.
You would have
No,
talked.
you
You would
wouldn't.
have talked to
Outside.
that too.
Outside.
Yeah, outside.
Stefan and I will talk about that later.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
We still have graduation to plan. We could do some things.
It's outdoors. Outdoors. We
Outdoors,
can do
we
it.
could
Yeah.
do some things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
We don't need pyro at graduation.
I'll
Good
get
Lord,
the
the last-
bishop to allow us
the
to
last
set
2 years-
fireworks. At
the
Why? It
last
would
2
just
years-
go out. It's rained
last-
The
anyway.
last 2
years
years
were-
of rain.
Yeah. What do you want? You want thunder and lightning? No,
Well,
no.
we've had that. We've had that, actually. And you've been at both of them.
And, boy,
Me
our
too.
luck with never mind. We'll
Last
work
year
on-
wasn't supposed to rain. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, we'll talk about the radar. How do I get a job as a weatherman where I can be right less than half the time?
And still make six figures.
Yeah, exactly.
How does that work?
Any station that shows the weather.
Yeah.
Apparently.
It's all the special effects that they have.
Yes.
Never mind.
The live Doppler radar,
Yeah.
which,
I like that weather guy who actually raps his. Like he actually incorporates Snoop Dogg lyrics into
Yeah,
his
if you get
reports.
a good shtick
It's
to it, yeah,
hysterical.
people are going to watch. It doesn't matter whether you're right or not.
Right.
Yeah, it's just they
Lloyd
watch
Lindsay Young.
I remember being a kid, and there was.
Hello, Paramus.
No, we
Yes.
have John Quill.
Yeah, John.
Well, I remember
John
being
Quill.
at the Holyoke St. Patrick's Day Parade, and they got the weather wrong, and it was raining. and I'm on Beach Street in Holyoke, across from the high school, and people are literally accosting Paul Sutton. Do you remember Paul Sutton?
Oh, yes.
They
I
were
loved
like,
Paul.
they were yelling at him like, "You were wrong!" Like it was kind of vicious, and I'm like, a little less to drink, get back to you. But it was incredible. They were really harassing him. I thought they were going to beat him up, but it was pretty rough.
Yeah, yeah.
I work with Paul on the morning shift.
You did?
So,
Yeah.
so with or without pyrotechnics, what do you score this?
Oh yeah.
Whether-
We digressed.
Yes.
But that's okay. 6.5.
I gave you two bands that you liked all at once.
Pete.
You said you hated disco. I gave you some rock and roll, and that's one of the worst.
I'll give it
scores
an
that you-
8.
Wow.
An
I'm
8.
hurt.
Also because Bobby G was doing his best covers, and this was included in the Bobby G and Company show last Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow. Interesting. All right.
Okay.
Pete gave it an 8.
Not
Ken?
a cover though; it's a mashup.
Yeah.
Well, it's both.
Ken. Is it disco?
No, it's not.
It is. They wrote it to be a disco song. They
now you
they
got it. It's-
specifically
he said
said
No, this is Kenny. He's
they
trying to be.
wrote it to be a disco song.
You don't understand. This is Kenny playing the game.
Right. He's just stirring the pot. There's no use in trying to argue with logic.
And it fits the time. It
The
fits,
qualification
and it fits the timeline.
was, would
does
you
not like when
hear
I sit
this?
next to
Yes,
him.
you would. It was in the timeline.
It did, the song didn't exist because it was released December 30th, 2023.
The song separately would have been played, and I gave you 2 for 1.
Separately, they would not have been playing Kiss at
No.
Studio
That
54.
song they very well could have. It was written to be a disco
They,
song.
they wouldn't have played that there.
I tend to, as much as I hate to admit it, I agree with Ken.
I
on
do
that one,
too.
yeah.
Yeah. I like the mashup. I was familiar with it. I've heard it before. What button?
The button.
The buzzer.
Here you go. Thank you. Thank you.
That was a lot of work to get to that.
It was.
Yeah.
But now it's back.
I like the mashup,
It's a good mashup.
but it doesn't.
You got
doesn't-
two,
it
you got
doesn't
2
meet the
disco
criteria.
songs for the price of 1.
Negative. You have 2 songs that were turned into something that sound like disco. I have to be true to the topic and the qualification. I need to go with the 6 on that one. I would not have heard it in Studio 54 when I was 8 years old.
Hope.
What were you doing when you're 8 years old?
Hey, let me say I was not allowed to go to Studio 54 when I was 8 years old.
What VIP list is that?
It's like, okay.
There's another
I'm not
button to
Drew
play
Barry.
with.
I'm not Drew Barrymore, who was allowed to go to Studio 54 at 8 years old.
That explains a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I love a good mashup. I like both. Like I immediately was like, "Is this Kiss?" Like I love Kiss, but I don't think it meets the criteria of a disco song either. I gotta say, which
They
I hate.
purposely
I
wrote
hate
it to be a disco.
I know they wrote it to be one, but it was not a disco hit.
You got the bass line. Kenny said, "Oh,
If
there's no
you're-
bass.
if-
You get the perfect bass line in it."
If one of Pete had said it like the top of the show, like you're gonna ask, was it a hit? That was not a hit as a disco song.
It was a hit song. I mean,
It
there was
was
no
a hit
there was no
song.
separate disco chart then.
I mean, I'm not tanking it, but I am going 7.5.
I'm gonna go with a 7 for all the reasons you guys said. Because
We have way too much.
You want to play with the bull, you get the horn.
Respectfully disagree. I gave you 2 disco songs from 2 different genres. There was something in it to like for everybody.
I didn't not like it. I do.
but
like
it wasn't
It.
going to be played at Studio 54. which is
Yeah.
fine.
I disagree. I think that song could have very well played at Studio 54, and the Earth, Wind, and Fire definitely did.
That's 50%. I should have given you a 5 instead of a
For
whatever.
50%?
Yeah, for 50%. Yeah, change me to a 5.
No.
You can't
no,
change
you-
your
you
score.
can't
No change your score. So we have 2 songs left.
Unless you want to make it higher. I'll allow a higher score edition.
Oh, you'll allow it.
you're
Yes,
going
I'll
higher.
allow it. I'm Kathy
All right,
today.
6.5
I'm the den
or
mother
7.
today. I'll allow it.
All right, so I got another half point there. Put that down. He went to.
No, it doesn't happen
He
that
went
way.
to 7.
No, once you give it,
Yeah,
you're giving
it
it.
doesn't happen that
All
way.
right. I tried.
It's like Family Feud. It's the first thing you say.
Yeah.
Next.
All right.
You ready?
Are we? That's what I was waiting for.
Yes. Now it's over.
Beep, beep.
So that was
Beep.
my
Beep.
song. Donna Summers, the Queen of Disco. I had to pick a Donna Summers song because
That's the first
she
person
is-
I think of when you
Yes,
think
me
of
too. And when I was a little kid, I
Yeah.
just loved Donna Summers. I still do. I would
No
still
one
listen
picked
to her on
Cool
the
in the
radio.
Gang, huh? No Cool in the Gang. Was that disco?
Yeah, there was some disco in there.
No
but they
Casey
were
and the
fun.
Sunshine Band
Casey
either.
and the Sunshine.
Casey, yeah.
And this song too, I was saying I had a, comment about the
Did you
Daft
have the
Punk song
cassette?
with my
Did you have the
son.
cassette for this?
No, I think I had the actual vinyl.
Vinyl?
Yes.
Wow.
But this was my daughter's loved this song when she was little.
Had this
I don't
on
know what that
8-track
says,
in the
but-
Vista Cruiser.
Ooh. My grandparents might have had the 8-track on this, but
I do
had the
remember
vinyl.
8-tracks, and did they really cut off? Do I remember this because I was really young, but they would cut off
In the middle of the song, you would hear clunk, clunk,
And then,
and it would
yeah.
continue playing.
It would go to the other.
Whoever
track.
thought that was a good idea?
When I was a kid, I had an 8-track recorder. I did
That's called a
mixtapes
cart
on
recorder.
8-track.
So when I was a kid, I had
No,
an
no, no,
I had
it
an
was
8-track
literally
boombox.
8-track.
Oh.
8-track boombox. Come on.
Yeah.
But that's what would make it skip. Is it would because all it is the head moving within the thing.
Yeah.
And so you'd get a little glitch or just a bump, and it would kick to the next.
Well, it goes.
track.
It had 4 tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right.
Right.
Well, I couldn't understand when CDs and cars became a thing. I'm like, I just knew it in the house. Like, if you go anywhere near the CD player,
It skipped.
I'm like, how the hell did they perfect this?
Well,
first CDs
four tracks, the 4 tracks of 2.
Yeah, but it was stereo.
It was right and left
Yeah, yeah,
on
That's
each
why it's
track.
an 8-track.
Yeah.
Never mind. Keep going about. Donna
Okay,
Summer.
so Bad Girls. I'm just I did my research. This album was the most critically acclaimed album of her career. It came out in 1979, and she was the first female artist to have 2 songs on the chart at the same time, and it was Hot Stuff and Bad Girls, numbers 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And that was also June of 1979.
Hot Stuff was another
It was certified
big-
platinum.
yeah.
It was a major, and it's just a fun song.
It is.
And
Yeah,
it's
Hot
there's
stuff was fun too.
yeah. I mean, all of her songs were amazing, but this I just always I don't know what that says about me, but I always loved Bad Girls. So I give myself a 10. I mean, she's the queen of disco. You've got to.
And she's
give it
from
up to
Boston.
Donna. I did not know that.
Yep.
You know,
You know how I learned that?
on my show.
Yes.
Oh,
It's because
I
each
did
and every
not know
Monday
that.
at 8 a.m. between the hours of 8 and 10, at least one song is done from somebody from Massachusetts.
It could be the Cars, Boston, Aerosmith, James Taylor, Donna Summer, Billy Squire.
No Megan Trainor.
I actually no.
No, he's done Meghan
I've
Trainor.
done Meghan Trainor. Yeah, yeah. Of course, Boston. Boston's from Boston. Wow. Yeah.
Dancing in the
and,
streets of
Aerosmith.
Diana.
and even Aerosmith, and even a local artist from West Springfield, Jamie Hosmer.
How about
NRBQ.
Stained? Do you ever do Stained?
I believe I have.
You've got Bryn Cartelli too now. She could
Yeah.
be on there.
I don't think I've done that.
Oh, there you go. Next week.
Madison's been writing
Madison.
her own songs now. She's
Yeah.
got her own band.
She'll be at Pumpkin Fest.
Yes, she will with her band.
I got to see her at. She did a performance for the students at Highland School last spring, and she was really good.
Oh,
The first
good.
time I met her was years ago. She sang the national anthem at a veterans little ceremony that I was covering for the newspaper, and she was just so sweet and young then.
Yeah.
Not that she's not sweet and young still, but
Gary Hoey, Youth Massachusetts.
Taj
Cool.
Mahal. Taj Mahal. You want jazz? You want yeah. So Donna Summer.
yes. What you got?
Oh,
I gave
she
myself
already-
a
she already
10.
did her
I gave
spiel.
myself a 10.
She gave
you're
herself a
done.
10.
So I guess you're going next then.
All right. Well, first of all, understand that I hate disco.
Yes, I
So,
know.
so and
Anything over a 6, I'll feel
Don-
very
Donna-
good about.
Donna Summer was everything you said, absolutely. But one of the most annoying things that was brought onto the dance floor because of this song were whistles.
I know, that
Everybody
drove me
started
nuts. That's-
bringing whistles
yes.
onto the dance floor, and it was.
And they still have them.
They still do
They
it.
do?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
Who's got a
annoying.
whistle?
and you
Who
know,
has a whistle?
Where are their clubs?
that allow you to have.
Not around.
Yeah. All right.
That and Flair bartenders are using the whistles too, with the music that's going on in the background.
You're getting a gift. It's a 7.
Thank you, Jay.
Pete, what do you got for Donna Summer?
The whistles give it a 7.
Oh, darn whistles.
Yeah, I wish you had picked Hot Stuff because I love that one very much. I just always think of the scene from the Full Monty.
That's exactly what I was
The
thinking.
Catholic schoolgirl picks bad girls.
But it's still Donna.
I'm an enigma.
It's still Donna Summer, and you can't hate Donna Summer when you're doing a disco thing. So I'm going an 8.
Catholic girls start much too late.
They do.
Thank you, Billy Joel.
Only the good die young. I'm going to go with a 7.5 because I don't like the whistles either, and now I'm going to have that stupid song. Toot toot.
You
Beep
win.
beep.
You win.
That was the other point. Maybe I should have gone lower.
Just wanted you to think about me the rest of the day.
That or I'm stuck in.
Ken, did you score?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we're waiting on Ken now.
That's a future theme is songs that get stuck in your head.
Ooh.
I think that's been a topic.
I think we've done that.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Somebody played Tiny Tim.
I did Baby Shark.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
God,
And
I'm
I
glad I
wanted
missed
to
that
hurt
show.
you.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sick the next day we do that, by the way.
Yeah, I get what Buster said with, geez, I wish you did Hot Stuff. I think that was a better, even MacArthur Park, I think was better than Bad Girls. But it meets that criteria I was looking for. What I really think about when I hear that Hot Stuff, though, it's not what you mentioned, but the slot machine Wicked Wheel. It's been out for a few years now. Google
Oh my
it.
God, yes.
That's one of my favorite slot machines, Wicked Wheel.
You gotta get out slots.
Oh,
man.
well, then I should get really high marks for making you think about Vegas.
You gotta get out slots, man. They're horrible parents.
If I'm only going to spend a couple of minutes on a machine, I'll do one of those. But if I'm going to try to win money, I do use a low volatility machine because I've had a good track record.
Let me
with them.
teach you some simple math for the blackjack.
Oh, I know that.
You know, the card counter over here.
I'm banned at 3 casinos.
Yeah. I actually do pretty good with craps, but I got to the point now where I've just.
Is that because of the Ozempic?
Hey.
That's it. I'm done.
Craps, not
Is this
cramps.
mic droppable? Because this mic has been dropped.
With Ozempic, there are no craps.
Oh, you can't go for a week.
Kelly Clarkson!
You may get cramps.
I say, meet the boy!
Oh.
I couldn't resist. All right.
And that's the bottom line.
Thank you for that.
On that note.
Moving on. Your score, please.
Oh, my.
I forgot where the hell I was going.
You were going 10.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Zap.
You were going 10.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Oh.
We should not be allowed to
All
sit
right.
here.
Ken, back.
I like 2 other Donna Summer popular songs more than that one.
He's wrestling with a high number. I just know it.
Yeah.
He is.
Something over 5.
7.5.
Not high enough.
I think you could have chosen a better Donna Summer song.
Do we have them all?
Nope.
Nope.
You-
No,
Oh, yeah, we have all the
one-
scores.
You crying?
No, we have one more. We have one more song.
Kill me.
I'm going to be thinking about that all the way. I know.
All right.
We've got to make
Why
a
are the
clip
two
out of that.
The 2 people who work at schools with children are usually the more inappropriate.
Look, and I've been through the diabetes meds. I tell you, it's fun. You have to laugh about it or you will cry.
Yeah.
You know?
Either way.
Either way.
Yeah.
All right, last song.
Whoops.
Oh.
Let's do it! You gotta beat the sugar. Honey, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Honey, sugar, sugar, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. 1, 2, 3, 4. This happened once before. I came through your door, no reply. They said it wasn't you, but I saw you peek through your window. You know, if you break my heart, I'll go, but I'll be back again. 'Cause I told you once before goodbye, but I came back again. As the girl that she wanted to be, she said, baby, can't you see? I wanna be famous, a star of the screen, but you can do something in between. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car, and baby, I love you. Listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Oh, closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you love to hear. I'm in love with you. Try to see it my way. Gonna have to keep on talking till I can go on. Wanna see it your way. By the risk of knowing that our love might soon be gone. We can work it out. We can work it out. I should have known better with a girl like you, that I would love everything that you do, and I do. Hey, hey, hey. He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose that girl. You're gonna lose. Yes, 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 that girl. You're gonna lose. Yes, yes, you're gonna lose that girl. The stars are 45, keep on turning in your mind, but we can work it out. Remember, twist and shout. You still not tell me why, and no reply.
Tell you what I want. I can't even. I'm going to see if I can do it slowly. Tell you what I want. What I really, really want. Tell you what I want. What I really, really, what I want is this song to end.
He just
Thank
did the
you,
William
Bob.
Shatner version.
Thank you, Bob. Stars on 45.
The guy who doesn't like disco doesn't pick a disco song.
No, well, that was a disco song.
It was not.
That actually would have been played at Studio 54, but it's not a disco song.
It's not even close to being a disco
It's
song.
a
At best,
disco
it's
song.
at best it's a dance tune.
It's a big-time dance tune, big time. The disco beat was there, absolutely all through it. This was one of the earliest, what they call mashups now. It was but the songs. Yeah, this had a whole bunch of different versions. Stars on 45 was a whole series that did this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And picked
It's
little
called
pieces.
a cheap pop.
Picked little pieces from.
And Pete, it's probably going to get blocked from the show, right? Because it's the Beatles.
It probably will.
No, I don't know.
Maybe
I don't
not
know
because it's
because it was
different.
released as Stars on 45.
And
so
the tempo is different
I think
too.
the algorithm would not pick that up.
The song
I
set
think the favorite part was the Beatles.
the song set a record for list of songwriters on a hit song.
Did it really?
I mean, think about how many different songwriters are on that song.
Yeah.
You have
Well,
to give credit to.
And the thing was, when we played this, it filled the dance floor every time, of all ages. Now, at the time when this came out, the Beatles stuff, was from the early '60s, or all through the '60s, so it was 10 to 15 years old, and it just worked. People loved it. Of all ages, they would fill the dance floor. And it didn't matter at the time whether I was working with a 20-something crowd, a 20-year-old crowd, or a 50-something crowd. They would love this. So as far as dancing, is it disco? We can argue that, but it was in the disco era. It was a dance tune. It has the disco beat. So did it have the ch-ch-ch? It wasn't Donna Summer, no. But it wasn't meant to be, and it was one of the first mashups. So I love this stuff, except that it's disco, so I ain't doing any better than a 9.
He's giving himself a 9? I did that to myself.
Love the honesty.
I did. I scored myself below.
There's nothing when you're watching like a long-term sitcom. Pick any sitcom. Pick One Day at a Time or whatever. Jefferson's. There's nothing worse than when they would do like a clip show from all their old episodes. It's like when George and Weezy are
Agreed.
tied up and they're reminiscing about all these things. Or One Day at a Time, they find out that their apartment's going to go condo, and they're thinking of all the memories.
That's when you know it's the last season.
Yeah, and that's what that felt like. That felt like watching a sitcom's clip show.
Or they go to Disney World or something.
And I don't consider it.
Or like Big Brother last week when they did the review after only a month.
I don't consider it really.
I'm not watching this season. Once they introduced the AI thing, I was done. Just saying.
Yeah.
I don't really consider it a mashup because they weren't. They were just sort of glued together. There's no mix. They didn't mix the
It was well done. So there.
You gave my song 6.5, so I'm giving yours 6.5. I gave you rock and roll. You hated disco. I gave you rock and roll. You gave me a 6.5. I have a right to be a little bitter.
That's how this day is going.
It's a good thing we're all friends here.
So
I'm
I'm
giving
not
it a
sure.
7.
You're going to give a 7?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's disco. I do like the song though, so I'm going with an 8.
Woohoo!
I agree. I know it's got that disco beat behind all the
It does.
songs.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like it's a disco song to me. But I loved it. So I'm going 7.5.
Mr. Stomsky.
When I was young, I had Stars on 45 on a 45.
I did. I said that.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stole Zap's joke. Yeah.
No, he didn't use it.
No, I did.
So he lost
I
rights
did my
to
joke
it.
for the day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Cran.
You're not going
per
to top that
episode.
one. No, okay,
No.
all right.
No. Probably a couple of days until I can top that one. I love Ozempic. I actually, the Ozempic within this past year has brought me down over 70 pounds and an A1C from 9.4 to 6.
That's fantastic.
So I think it's a miracle drug. Is it for everyone? No. Do a lot of people have complications from it? Yes. But if you are in that situation, you have the opportunity to try it, look into it.
Ken's Den brought to you by
Semaglutide.
And Tribeca.
Where was I going?
You're scoring.
Oh, yeah.
Stars on 45.
You were,
Oh, yeah, Stars on 40, yeah.
You were going for a 10.
Yeah, so you would have heard that being played at Studio 54.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question about it. Is it a true disco song? No. But it has the repetitive disco beat. And yes, you would hear it at 54. And yes, because Buster McMahon decided to retaliate and score, so I'm going to go up a little higher.
Ooh.
Like I said, you want to play with the bull, you get the horn.
Where's the retaliation on my song then when he gave me a 6.5?
Keep poking the bear.
Breakfast Club Flash.
No, actually, I had already decided that on that song I was going with an 8 because it fits my criteria.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
You were Chris.
You would have scored the same thing if you picked one of those other Donna Summer songs, you know.
I think I could have got a 9 out of you had I picked Hot Stuff.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
are we
Oh,
ready
yeah,
for
you
the
would have.
Scores?
Yeah.
All right, coming up in the rear with Love Hangover, 42 points out of
Yeah,
60.
I told you I was going to score low on this
Kenny.
one.
Next
you
up
picked
is
the topic.
at 45 points, Earth, Kiss, and Fire. I was made for Boogie Wonderland. Stars on 45 got 46 points. And then we have a tie at 47 points for Daft Punk, Get Lucky, and Donna Summer, Bad Girls. That means December 1963 was lucky for Zap at 50.5 out of 60.
All right.
Lucky in a different way than it was for Frankie Valli, apparently.
Well, you know.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Wait, yeah, where's the cheering? Where's the where's
Ken's
the
supposed to have that
stadium?
on his
Where's the
laptop.
cheering thing?
You want cheering?
That's all I got.
I thought that was me doing that sound effect. All right. There we go.
There it is. That's about
we go.
time.
Here we
About
go.
time.
Yeah.
So I get to pick the next topic?
All right.
Yes, you do.
I have
Hey, how
lists
about-
to choose from.
How about the best mega mix of all time?
What?
Those are long.
Those are real long.
So
Yeah.
then we have 5 people and take the whole show.
Say if someone drops out again, it's a good topic.
All right. What was the difference between first and second?
3 points.
3.5
It was.
points.
It was
3.5.
All right. So it wasn't 0.5.
No.
No.
There you
Yeah.
No. See, I should.
Imagine how sweet that would have been if it was 0.5.
Well, it would have been kind of nice. It's happened to me before, where I've lost by 0.5.
go. Yes, you have.
I have.
All right. So we survived
Says
2 hours of disco-ish songs.
I wonder if
Ish.
Kathy listened to the whole show.
God bless her.
What time is it in New Zealand right
It's
now?
after midnight.
23 hours.
After midnight? She woke
Yeah.
up in the middle of the night to listen to this?
Apparently, yes.
That's dead.
Wow.
That's or insomnia.
One or the other. Probably
Let's
the latter.
look at the calendar. What's going on?
I'm just
hear
playing a mega
something.
mix underneath.
All right. We're in October. We're in August now.
Ooh, I should use this as the announce the winner.
I like that, actually.
From the Immortal album.
That's a good fanfare.
October 1, I'm in if you got that.
October?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
I
we
got
have
all
we have
the
big-
time in the world now that I'm unemployed.
We have the Big E in September, so.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're doing that this year.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. October has 5 Tuesdays. September has 4. I'm okay going to the 1st instead of the 24th.
I can do the first.
That's fine.
All right.
Seems so far away, October.
I know. It's going to be here
It
before
won't
we
be.
know it.
Yeah, it won't be.
Yeah,
I
it'll be
know.
fun.
Marion will be in France, so yeah, I can hang out.
All right.
All right. Why don't we make you official on that? We'll just make room, and if we have more than we need, I know where I keep extra mics down here,
And we usually
and we can move along.
I think we do that last year, and then we threw in an extra just for fun Halloween one or something.
We did.
I think we did that.
And we do a holiday.
holiday
too.
one.
Fun
We
for
didn't do it.
holidays,
But didn't
yeah.
we end up making it for the belt because Pete argued about that? Didn't Pete say the Christmas one should have been a holiday?
Yeah, but ultimately that was overridden, and the belt
Okay.
didn't really change.
But now it changes.
The same person.
Yeah,
won.
you get that belt now.
That means you got
Not
to
for
wear it
long.
around for the opening.
No, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna leave it.
It is such a pain when you win to carry that.
Yeah, it is.
And it sat in my car for like a month
Exactly.
because I'm like, where am I going to put this?
Kitchen table? No.
I would like a trophy. I would like walk around with that trophy all over town. Be like, yes.
Listen, I paid for the belt out of my own pocket. I'm
I
not
know
buying
you
trophies
did.
for every show.
I know you did. I appreciate you. It's just cumbersome.
But Ken, thank you for a good topic.
Which is also a great song.
Yeah,
I'll come up with a good one for next time.
We should do that, like rock songs in the 90s.
Well, you got to win.
I'm coming for you, Sal. Coming for you. I know where you work. I know where you live.
Yeah.
Coming for you. I will be
a good
blasting
friend.
Katy Perry everywhere you are.
Oh my God, my ears would bleed.
I've got a couple of good topics
one
to
picked
come up
Michael
if I ever
Jackson
win again.
either.
I like this one too.
No one picked that.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Good Times by Chic. I really
That was
dig
on my short list.
There's
Yep.
actually some pretty good disco.
was on
That's
my
not the Bee Gees.
I'm a Man by Macho.
That's a
What?
good song, yeah.
I'm a Man by Macho.
I just know Macho Man.
Are the
by
Village,
the Village
people, are they disco?
Yeah, it's,
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
disco. Yeah, they were a manufactured disco group. Yeah.
I mean, the only thing, don't stop till you get enough. That was, you know.
And
This
Heart
was
of,
cool
Heart of,
because-
I thought of Heart of Glass by Blondie. I
maybe
thought
you
that
need to
would
do
have been.
Disco Part 2.
Yeah, well,
All right, you
that
ready?
was,
Here it
that
No.
comes.
that's 1980, I think, right? That would have made it.
What year did Studio 54 close? I've seen the movie, but I forgot.
I went with 80 because that was the official end of disco, but it went on for a while after that.
It did?
Yeah.
When did the guy that owned it get arrested or whatever? What was?
Oh, it was
Michael Myers.
Studio
but that's-
54. Yeah, I don't remember. There,
All right,
there was
we're
a
off
lot-
WSKB now.
Oh, okay. Look
Hi.
at that. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Thanks for taking 2 hours out of your life. You're never going to get back. The next time we do this will be October 1st. As for next week, I don't have anything planned yet. I'll figure it out before then.
But September 5th, season premiere Superintendent Spotlight.
Yay.
Tune in, 9 to 10.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Do we have food?
We do.
I might have to be here.
We got food the first 2 shows.
All right.
Already planned out. Look at that.
All right. Well, we'll talk off air. All right.
All right.
See you next
Have a good
time.
one, everybody.
Bye.
Beauty queen from a movie scene. I said don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one who would dance on the floor and around. She said I am the one who would dance on the floor and around. She told me her name was Billie Jean as she caused a scene. Then heavy hair turned with the ice to dream of being the one who would dance on the floor and around. Billie Jean, not my don't call me Billie Jean. Billie Jean, not my it's not about to sing. Billie Jean, not my Billie Jean, not my She says I'm the one, but the kid is not my son. No, you know you did. She says he's my son, breaking my heart, babe. She says I'm the one, the Billie Jean's not my lover. 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 Eat this. My baby on a Saturday, but if I go with you, you never ever say. Now I believe in miracles, and a miracle is happening tonight. But if you're thinking about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white. I said, you're thinking about my baby, it don't matter if you're black or white. Said, you're thinking of being my brother, it don't matter if you're black or white. I ain't tired of this yet. I ain't tired of this yet. I ain't tired of this Billy. Go when the baby gets round. I ain't scared of your brother. I ain't scared of no sheets. I ain't scared of nobody. Go when the baby gets me. white.